Alright, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh my god, another one of these. Didn't you do like 2 of these yesterday? What is wrong with you? Yeah, but like I said when I did the reaction to the Solo teaser trailer from the Super Bowl, I knew there was an actual full trailer coming out today, and you know, some people said, hey, keep doing these trailer reactions, we like them. And I figured that if that video did well enough in the time that, you know, it took me to like get home from work, I would go ahead and do this. Now, I will be completely honest, I've already seen this trailer, I've watched it twice. We're gonna watch it again. That actually gives me more time to have thought out some like, so this isn't necessarily my initial reactions to it. I will tell you that my initial reaction to it was that, you know, I thought it was really cool. I provided a lot more hype than the teaser trailer from the Super Bowl did. I do have some issues with it, but we're gonna watch it together. And yeah, so let's get it going right now. Still love that clicking.
I've been running scams on the street since I was 10.
Okay, we're getting more of the Han voice.
I was kicked out of the flight academy for having a mind of my own. I'm gonna be a pilot. Best in the galaxy.
Lead Millennium Falcon, really cool to see.
Hey kid, I'm putting together a crew. You in?
That's yes.
I might be the only person. Who knows what you really are.
What's that?
Get ready.
Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
Alright, so my initial thoughts on that, I thought it was good, you know? I don't really like Emilia Clarke's line, I'm the only one who really knows what you are. Like, are they trying to like build some kind of hype? They're like, oh my god, Han Solo's also a Jedi. Yeah, or like something like that. Like, I really hope that that's not what they're doing, and I don't want them to be like, oh yeah, you know, Han's like super force sensitive, and that's why he was so good at maneuvering the Millennium Falcon. Like, I don't really want it to be something like that. Like, if it is, whatever. But I think it's cool that there's just regular ass humans out there that can do really cool things in the Star Wars universe. And I get that, like, you know, from like the Last Jedi, you know, obviously the Force is everywhere. So there's just some people that are more sensitive to it. That's pretty normal for the Star Wars universe at this point. And I guess now that this is done, I'm gonna make this more centered on me. Like, that's pretty normal for the Star Wars universe at this point. There's nothing really new about that. But I hope that they don't try to pull something like that where they try to make some like weird, extended, like he's super special story where he's just Han Solo, you know? I don't really I like her as an actress. I'm okay with her in Game of Thrones, but like, get back to your dinosaurs. Like, I don't know. Obviously, maybe it'll be different in the movie when you're watching it. I agree with the complaints that he doesn't really sound like Han Solo. He doesn't sound like Harrison Ford, and you can tell that he'll never have the capacity to sound like Harrison Ford. He actually sounds more like a younger Luke, even though obviously Luke's supposed to be pretty young in the first Star Wars movie, but he kind of has that vibe more than anything. Some people were like, he seems like he could be like, if Luke and Han had a kid, that's what it would have produced. But, you know, he's got, like, the jawline. They've done the hair pretty well. He's kind of delivered some of the lines really well. Like, right around the beginning when he says, like, I was kicked out of the flight academy for having a mind of my own. Like, I don't necessarily... I feel like that line didn't need to be said. It sounds like edgy teenager. It's like, oh, yeah, I got sent to the principal's office for having a mind of my own. It's like you told the teacher to go F themselves. You know, it just kind of comes across as something like that. But I think it looks really good. This trailer actually did bring some, like, excitement to me. Like, I'm watching it, and I'm like, yes, this is so cool. I'm very excited for it. More scenes with Lando. Lando looks, Donald Glover as Lando looks great. Obviously, we got a droid. There can't be a Star Wars movie without some kind of, like, droid. There's that scene in the cabin where, you know, like, Lando and the droid are, saluting each other. I hope it's a funny droid. I think it's just like a thing. Star Wars movies need a funny droid, at least one of them. And so far they've never been a disappointment. So I don't want to complain about that because it's never been a disappointment. Like, everybody loves R2, C-3PO's great, BB-8's been fantastic, K2SO was great, very funny. Obviously, I don't want to complain about the droids too much because they've always been good characters in the Star Wars universe. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of there being like a side romance story. I don't think it really needs it. I just wanted some space hustling. The first teaser trailer kind of showed more stuff from like the Empire side, the Imperial side of things. I didn't really want the story to go so far in that direction. Like, I know that that's how Han and Chewie are acquainted, at least in like what's been released so far. Obviously, anything that happens in the movies trumps what has happened in like any of the books or extended universe stuff. But I know obviously that's gonna have some kind of tie into it, but I was really hoping for more of like a space smuggling adventure. And honestly, this trailer makes it seem more like that than the teaser trailer from last night did. This one also seems to have a little bit more of a color palette to it. Last night, that trailer, the more I was thinking about it, it had like the very muted colors like Rogue One, where it kind of made sense for Rogue One because you knew it was supposed to be bleak. And then when I saw the teaser trailer for last night, it was kind of, it kind of reminded me of like it was like a Blade Runner feel. And that scene where he's walking around the Millennium Falcon looks very similar to a scene from the original Blade Runner, just like color-wise and stylistically. That's just one of the things that I noticed, but this trailer seems to have a little bit more color. I'm hoping that their thing for the extended universe or like the Star Wars stories isn't a muted color palette. For Rogue One, it made sense. For this, maybe it does in certain spots. I think it looks pretty good. Get that seedy underbelly feeling when you need it. Let me just try to think of other things that happen in here. I'm just gonna like cut through. We get some good speeder scenes. We get some good stuff from inside the Falcon. Obviously you get a few more lines. Like, his delivery is pretty good. I know a lot of people are complaining about how he's delivering the lines. I think he's doing a pretty good job. Again, it's kind of hard to tell from trailers, but he'll never be Harrison Ford. And I say, like, Han Solo is my favorite character in the Star Wars movies. There's like a lot of like, if my favorite Jedi is somebody else, obviously, and I can pick different people from like different areas of the saga, but Han Solo is like consistently my favorite character, barring a couple things. So like, it's really hard for somebody to live up to that, and that's why I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm not trying to go into this being super negative about it. I'm trying to go into it being like, there's no way that anybody will ever match up to being Harrison Ford, so like, why am I gonna go out of my way trying to compare them too much? You know, he looks the part pretty decently. He's doing it, like, some of the lines are delivered really well. I guess I will just have to see a little bit more. This is probably going to be the only trailer I watch for this. I'm probably going to try to avoid any of the other trailers that happen. We got some like good comedy moments, which I like. You know, Han's always got some good one-liners. Everybody's freaking out about Lando Calrissian. Obviously, everybody's really excited about Donald Glover. The more that I'm seeing how everybody's reacting to Donald Glover makes me think that this probably should have just been a Lando Calrissian movie. But I think that that's just like a casting thing. Like, obviously, he looks the part really well. He's a great actor. He's a very talented individual, so I can understand why the hype is higher around him than it would be for anybody else. The guy playing Han Solo, can't even remember his name to pronounce it. I know it's terribly... It's something Erding. I can't even like remember it right now. I'd have to look it up. Alden Ehrenreich. I don't know. So that's what, like, there's a difference. You know, obviously people are going to be excited about the person that they're familiar with versus the person that they're not familiar with. Like, I'm more excited that Woody Harrelson's in it than this Alden Ehrenreich. I should probably look up how to pronounce his name. But I think it looks pretty decent. A lot of people are obviously just not having a good time with it. I know it's been running into production issues, but that's been pretty common with a lot of the Star Wars movies. Rogue One ran into a lot of production issues as well and had to do a lot of reshoots. I try not to discount movies for those reasons. I know Ant-Man went through a lot of changes and that ended up being a very good movie. So I try not to focus too much on those things. I'm very excited. It's like 3 months away. I'm very excited for this. I'm glad that it wasn't like usually these Star Wars movies, it's like a full year. It's kind of weird that the Solo movie's coming out so early. Usually they all come out around Christmas. So in my opinion, this is kind of a weird choice for them, putting it out at this time of year. But I'm not going to complain about it. I'm hoping for the best. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What did you guys enjoy about the trailer? What did you not enjoy about the trailer? Are you worried about what's happening? Are you worried about the Star Wars universe in general? What are some other side stories, character things that you guys would like to see from the Star Wars universe? I'd love to see a Darth Maul, which we probably won't ever get. I'd love to see Mace Windu. I'd like to see either of the Fetts, Jango or Boba. And Boba I'd like to see, you know, from basically from Attack of the Clones. I know that I think Clone Wars goes into some of his stuff, but I'd love to see that, just him becoming Boba, so that he actually does something. I don't know, there's a lot of characters that I'd be really interested to see expanded stories about. Obviously, the next one coming out we know is Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I love Obi-Wan Kenobi as a character as well, so I'm pretty excited for that, but I feel like there's a lot better characters that they could. I love a Qui-Gon one too. There's just a lot of Star Wars characters that are very interesting, that if they're gonna do these expanded and extended universe stories, that I would love to see. So let me know who your guys' top picks for these expanded Star Wars stories are. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. We'll catch you all later.